Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. It's a battle on Karelia map, and we're following Bigglesfliesagain from Fiddy Clan. He's in the tier 8 Polish medium tank, the CS53. This is a tier 7, tier 8 match. It's only his top tier, and we've got 2 heavy tanks. Oh, no, actually, so 2 tier 8 heavy tanks on this side and 1 heavy tank on the other side. They've got a tier 8 tank destroyer, whereas all the tank destroyers on this side are tier 7. Anyway, see how this battle progresses. Okay, spotted a T20, puts a shot in, that connects. And what's the name of that player? Lord Spider King. These names do amuse me. Now the 112, that's the heavy tank, got tier 8 heavy tank on the enemy side. Super Hellcat there, Tiger P. No, he's gone behind a rock, but there's a tree at the back has fallen in a spot where tank destroyers nearly head. But he's focusing on the Tiger P, gets the hit but just does critical damage. And now he's looking at that bush and going to put some blind shots in. So we'll see how that turns out at the end of the game. See how many sort of focus he puts on that. Yeah, putting another shot in. Now we didn't see any splash at the back there, so quite possibly that's they're going to be hits. And you can see he backs away from that position in case the enemy was hit, fires back at the bush that he was behind. So the Super Hellcat who's next to him may suffer a little bit from that, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. And it looks like some of these tanks are pushing hard. So what Biggles is doing here is moving back to keep the heavy tank sort of at the edge of his view range. That will give him a better opportunity to shoot without being spotted. So even though there's T54 mod 1 there, who will be able to spot better than the 112, so that's part of his concern, but also that the 112's got a pretty heavy gun. And you can see the tanks down on the corner took some hits there, but just have to wait for them to push up further. So there are 2 tanks down, and quite a significant amount of hit points down. So it's a bit of a concern. They've lost their scout tank, the HWK-12, as well as the Super Hellcat. Not sure. No, that wasn't the one next to him, so that's all right. But yeah, let's see if they can make up the difference here. So he's just carefully backing up here. He's backing up in case he does get spotted. He can basically reverse his direction and run away quickly. There's the T54 mod 1 hits, but it does have pretty trollish armor sometimes, the mod 1. And he's going to get another shot in. Yes, he does. But he's also, no, that wasn't his shot, that was someone else, but his shot went into the van player there. But here comes the Tiger P. He's got a very narrow angle there on the commander's hatch, and that was pretty cheeky. Went straight in through the commander's hatch. It takes him down to pretty much a one shot from Biggles' perspective. If you can land another shot, he might be able to kill that tank. That one doesn't connect, so payback for getting that cheeky shot, I'd say. RNG giveth and RNG taketh away. Here comes the T20, puts another shot in there, so the Spider Lord is not going to have a great day, doesn't look like. Tiger P goes down, so there's still 2 tanks down. Now it comes back to 1 tank down. It does get spotted, but so far Biggles hasn't taken any damage. And just waiting for himself to go dark, get back into a bush and see if he can inflict some more damage there. He hasn't quite hit 1,000 damage yet, but he's pretty close. There's the 112, that doesn't go in. He's starting to fire premium rounds now. Definitely the 112, you'll need to hit the weak spots to penetrate, which that one does. And here we've got the T20 pushing up. He's still got premium rounds loaded, he should focus the 112, but unfortunately that doesn't go through. Can he get the side of it? No, he's focusing on the mod 1, still using premium rounds, and he's only got a limited number of them, so not getting good return on that. But once again, chooses to relocate and get back up to a point where he can get behind cover, but also stay at a fairly long view range, so even when he fires he doesn't get spotted. So can he get an angle on them? Yes he can, certainly the T20 gets another hit in that takes him down to 1 shot. And I don't know if that T20 really knows what's going on here. He doesn't know where the shot's coming from, and now he doesn't need to know. So it gets taken out by the T29, and Biggles is back on the premium rounds, and he needs to deal with this T54 Mod 1 or the 112. Not sure who will come up as a threat the most. There's an AT7 there. He fast firing gun, but not a lot to do. But he does get a shot on the 112. Takes him down and gets spotted there, but manages to get back behind cover. So making good use of the terrain here to his advantage. And he wants to inflict a bit more damage than that 112, but he's got to basically balance that against his position here. Does fire again on the 112, gets another angle, not getting lit at this time, so clearly the 112's vision is not that strong. Still not penetrating the 112, he's got 5 premium rounds left. He really needs a side shot on this guy or going through the roof or not, but okay, that's gone through, so another great name there, Square Eyes. Always cracks me up, the name, sorry. But now he can afford to push in. They've pulled their discrepancy back. They are now in front in both tanks and about even on hit points. So if you can get rid of that T54 Mod 1, he's got better angle on the AT7. Needs to go through the commander's hatch to basically penetrate there, but the Mod 1's coming up around the corner. He'll be reloaded in time. He pulls back just in time. Is he going to get an angle on this guy? Yes, he probably will. Just needs to get focused on him. No, just critical damage, but doesn't track him. And the Brass gets rid of him. And look, the enemy arty's basically moved right up. It's a bit of a risky move there. Yeah, but he fires a shot in, but gets killed at the same time, taken out by the Bisonte. And now the AT7's a bit confused. Finally, the round goes into the AT7, and he's back on standard rounds. Doesn't have a lot of any of the rounds left now, actually. He's only got 4 standard 4.8 PCR, or 4 heat, and 5 HE. So this might be better as an HE round, I would think. In fact, yeah, that doesn't go in anywhere. Can he get the roof? No, it doesn't need to. The Bisonte takes him out. So the 3 tanks up. It's looking to be a much better game for them. He's already got now to 2.6k damage. That's actually a pretty good total. He's just over twice his own hit points, so that's pretty good. He's just done more damage to himself jumping off that ledge than the enemy has done to him so far. That Crusader SP shot didn't actually do any damage, so that's the first damage he's taken is self-inflicted. That bad luck with Biggles there. And he's heading off to the other side of the map. Should be some opportunity to get some damage. There's 2 Italian tier 8 heavy tanks. In fact, there's one of them. Oh, sorry, tier 7 heavy tanks. These are Karelia P88s. Don't ask me what the Italian is for 88. Can't really tell you. I can only imitate the words based on what I can read. But he luckily took the hit there from the Karo P88 on his tracks, so didn't take any further damage there. And again, he is relocating across the map to get some distance. Now, I think, yeah, he'll definitely come up here and take the high ground here. He does have arty. No, the arty's decided, yeah, he's actually paying attention and he's relocating. That's pretty smart thinking. The Barask is moving around to try and get an angle on there, and there's a T92 as well, so their light tank, the T92, is basically out in the open. The Barask took a hit there and is taking another hit. Why can't the Barask do something about that? Too late, it's being destroyed by the T92, and looks like our light tank 1375 has been taken out by the SU-130 PM on their base. But that T92 has gone down, and that's actually Nutcase. I haven't seen Nutcase as a player for a long time. So big shout out to Nutcase. He was in a clan I was in a long time ago, and a really good player. So we'll see if he features in the stats at the end. Anyway, back to Biggles. He's managed to get some shots in on this Karo. He's still firing for standard rounds, so it's good. He's making good use of those. Can he get another shot in? Yep, okay, so the fact that he's used all these standard rounds, he has done a fair bit of damage. Probably 2 more shots and that Karo will be gone. And looks like the Karo has decided, yep, he needs to back away. Gets a shot in, and he's down to 1 shot. But Biggles has got more hit points to play than he does. Can he get the final shot in? Yes, he does, gets the kill. So that's 2 kills to Biggles and brings him up to 3.8k of damage. They're doing really well here. Can he get basically a bit more damage? Where is the remaining Karo? It was last seen on base, and the SU-130PM is definitely on base. And he's just banging some instructions into the key to the mini map there, and almost drove into a rock as a result. We won't hold that against him, but he needs to get closer to the enemy base to spot and allow Artie to do some work. Except the 844 has gone down, trying to get into that base as well. So yeah, there he's been spotted on the middle of the base. So Biggles knows now where they are, and he can plan his approach to basically winkling them out from their positions they're in. But he's got only 7 shells to do that with, so let's just see how that pans out. So he's pushing up, the T-29 is pushing up, and the Basante, so they do have some tanks with some good turret armour if they're coming up the slope and getting the angle on them. But unfortunately the SU-130PM obviously saw the T-29 coming and has basically taken him out. So it's just seen him on the mini-map, but no, he's in a view range, or outside his view circle, but spotted. He'll get an angle on him, but he's behind terrain, so he's not going to pick him up. Now, just being very careful here that Karo is relatively close, but he's side on, so can he get a shot in? Yes, he does. Gets 1 shot in. Doesn't get spotted, but the Karo knows which direction that shot came from, and now he's focusing down. Gets another shot in. That's used all of his premium rounds, and he got no standard rounds left. He's down to HE. Fires his HE, does some critical damage, but only a small amount of hit points. Does get spotted. And you can see he's relatively close, but it looks like a bit of him was sticking out there. He doesn't need to take those risks. Luckily for him, the Karo P88, unlike most of the other Italian tanks at this tier, has only got a single shotgun. So he knows that he has to reload before he can fire each shot, but it's going to be a regular amount each time. And Biggles is up to 4.5k of damage, so he's getting a really successful damage total out of this, but he needs to avoid that Karo and just keep him lit so the Artie can do something about it. Takes another hit from the Karo, that's getting him down to 1-shot territory. So I think he's going to go over here and try and assist the Basante to get rid of that SU-130PM, get them down to 1 tank, and then that gives a chance for the Artie to do its work as well on the Karo. So screaming around here, he certainly doesn't want to get in front of the SU-130 gun, and I think the Basante doesn't either, but finally the Artie does his work. But look, there's the Karo is coming towards him, left him on 32 hit points. Definitely anticipated which way he was going, so quite good play there from the Karo player. And Biggles is doing the right thing and running away, try and get the Basante into the play, or the Artie into the play. Draw that Karo out. And the Artie's just put up a sign saying they're reloading, 10 seconds to go. But I'd say the Basante is basically moving up here. Tier 8 versus Tier 7 is not really going to be a fair fight. Yeah, the Artie's managed to get a shot in, and Basante's pushing him. Well, who's going to get the kill? The Basante does, so that is the end of the game, and Biggles is left with 1 shell to go. Damn good game there, Biggles. Let's go and have a look at the results. So that was an ace tanker game there for Biggles. he got the Confederate Award, and he would have got the High Caliber Award, but he did hit one of his own team, and which disqualified from that because he ended up with tot damage and more than 20% of the hit pool of the team. So 4587 direct damage and 351 of assisted damage. So close to 5k of combined damage for tier 8. That's pretty impressive. So it gave him a base experience of 1430 and well assisted by the Basonde C45 on the other flank, who looks like he would have got an ace tanker as well. And on the other side, the 112 got the most experience, but the SU130 PM ended up with the most damage, but that tends to be what happens at the end of the game. Whoever's in the base gets all the hit points coming towards them. Anyway, fired 39 shots, so all but one of what he had in his tank. 32 connected, so some of those blind shots didn't connect. Only 16 penetrated. You saw a lot of bounces there, and as a result, he ended up losing a little bit of credits there, but nothing huge. Anyway, great.